Well, this is certainly not how I foresaw today going. I went to move the Miata after shooting the last video with the BMW, and fairly significant oil leak immediately became apparent. And that right there is our culprit. Maybe right back there. That is the oil cooler. It's a sandwich thing. It runs coolant through the top, and then the oil comes through the bottom. You can see the oil filters on there. I have this self-film video that I'll put on the screen now that shows how bad the leak is. Yep, not great. And of course, it's leaking right onto the subframe, and it's going absolutely everywhere. So what I'm facing here is two problems. The first one is, in 7 days, this thing's going to be on track at the Lake Garnet Grand Prix Revival, or at least I hope so. I've been looking forward to that for like years, and finally my schedule lined up, and I actually have a car that, well, did work to go, but clearly this is going to have to get fixed first. The other thing is, luckily O'Reilly's has all of the parts that I should need. It has all the gaskets, but I cannot find any real instructions on how to do this, so I just got to go into it blind and hope that I'm able to figure it out. It doesn't look fun to get to, but here we go. So there appears to be 4 bolts holding on the oil filter adapter to the block itself. Looks like one of them has the oil pressure switch in the way. And then, from what I can tell from looking at Mazda parts diagrams, there is one large bolt that secures this from the top. The problem is you can't get to the top, so I've got to hope that once I get this unbolted from the block that I can just sort of finagle it around. Now the question becomes, how do I unplug that oil switch? Evidently the answer was just pull on it, because that plug is seen better days. Let's see, if my thinking is correct, and it usually isn't, I should be able to just take the oil filter out. All the oil should have drained back into the sump. I really hope this is the right size filter socket. Hey, it is. Oh, okay, nope, not drained. Okay, does not drain out of the housing. Crap. What? Who? Seriously, who? I just want to talk, I swear. I need a lift. This is garbage. I need a lift and like some bulk brake cleaner. Cold oil, that's weird. Can't really warm up an engine when it's spitting all of its oil out as soon as you turn it on. Ow. Oh well. Add to the freaking puddle of oil, I don't even care. Dang it, where's my... why did I put my oil tray over there? I'm such an idiot. Also, Mazda, that oil filter location's terrible. Next up is trying to get a ratchet on any of those bolts with a subframe in the way. That's fun. Okay, this one looks doable. I know at least one of these I can actually get off the car. Have I mentioned yet how I really don't like the way this car is packaged? I mean, it's great for handling because, you know, it's basically mid-engine, but... Why? Absolutely horrible for working on. I feel like I'm gonna have a freaking brain aneurysm breaking these things loose. Do all the fasteners at least match up? They do! Okay, sure. After a decent amount of struggle, I got my oil pressure sender out. I could not find on the internet what size socket I need to use to get this off, and I didn't have one large enough. It's a deep 24 millimeters, so I'll have to go to the parts store and get one of those. What I ended up doing was I could reach an adjustable spanner up in there just good enough to break it loose, and then I ended up using these long vice grips to twist it out the rest of the way. It's got some thread sealer on there, so it didn't come out super easily, so I need to go get a deep 24. My problem here now is that the last bolt on the actual oil sender itself is the one that's up and back, and I cannot get a tool on it. I can get a deep socket on there, but I can't brace the head of the ratchet at all, so I'm worried about rounding it out, and I'm just straight up. These things are so tight that I can't break it loose with just a ratchet handle. I mean, I suppose I could just lift more and get stronger, but yeah, that's a puzzle. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do about that. This guy right here, my passenger side front window switch, is missing. Fortunately, that's pretty easy to replace. Let's see if I can do it one-handed here. Just pop the shift boot out, just squeeze and up it comes. There's supposed to be 2 screws here. There's only 1 screw, imagine that. Sure is pre-owned BMW in here. Actually, I'm not entirely sure that this bezel needs removed, because if we look at my new old switch from the local salvage yard, I should just be able to push on that, and it comes down? Oh. Hey, how about that? Oh no, I do have to remove this. Okay. Because it comes down and not up and out. So out comes the screw. My phone! Give me back my Pixel. There we go. There it is. Let's see here. How does this connector work, and can I do it with one hand? Looks like it's just squeeze and pull. Squeeze. Squeeze and push. And it's so eager to be out of there. So yeah, that's pretty easy. If I can do it with one hand, it's got to be easy. And then this will just plug back in. Okay, it is plugged back in, and then this just slides like that, and click. Hey. Oh. I forgot that the car is on. Well, at least that answers the question of if it works or not. Oh, that is nice. Pop my bezel back in place. Put that screw back in wherever it went off to. How does John Ross do stuff handheld all the time? This is absolutely impossible. Look at that. That is a complete center console. I just kind of keep adding stuff onto this video. Ever since I got this car, I always kind of thought, this just doesn't idle quite as smooth as my Lexus. So I went and pulled one of the plugs out, and then what I saw made me pull all the rest of the plugs out. Ignore the very sad Miata. And look at these sad boys. Oh my goodness. Oh, focusing. The struggle is real. Okay. A macro lens, this is not. Actually, what happens if I... There we go. Yeah. Those are all pretty sad boys there. This one's a different brand. There it is, that one. That one's a different brand even, so yeah, it's off to the parts store. If they're still open, it's $7.25. Should be good to go. I'll slap those bad boys in there. You poor car. What have they done to you? For the weirdos that are here to learn something, it's actually pretty easy to get to this point. On my car, nothing's bolted down, so you just lift the engine covers off, and then it's supposed to be 4 bolts to take out the tray with the cabin air filter. Mine was only 3 for weight savings reasons, I assume. And then that comes out, and you've got access to all 6 spark plug wells, and the plugs have these super nifty cam locks on them, or the coils have these super nifty cam locks on them, and you have to be hooked to get them out because for some reason they're in there super tight. But yep, there you go. And of course the ubiquitous
oil in the oil storage compartment because BMWs don't ever use any oil. Okay, we're back with $60 worth of NGK Laser Platinum BKR 6EQUP stock number 3199. These are the BMW OEM recommended replacement. And here's something interesting. These look nothing like the plugs that were in there. Totally different style of plug. So that's interesting for sure. Let's go slap these in the car, see what sort of difference it makes. And time for the last coil to go in. Look at how nice this latch is. Yes, it's just cam lock. Oh, they really love their cam lock stuff on these cars. I'm a big fan. So let's get these beauty covers back in place and that sort of thing, and we can fire it up. Wow. That was a cold-ish start. And it feels super smooth. Wow. Well, go figure. Terrible plugs will cause runnability issues. That's some real groundbreaking stuff. Only here. Only at 100% Jake.
Hopefully soon I can do something about these trash belt tensioners.
Well, it's a couple days later. The car's still broken. It didn't fix itself. I got 3 out of the 4 bolts out that hold on the oil filter adapter, and the 4th one you just can't get to. And for some reason, these they're M6 with, or I think they're M6 with 10 millimeter heads. They are torqued down. They're torqued down more than my lug nuts are. It's like 100 foot-pounds to break those things loose. And when trying to break the last one loose, which is in a very awkward location that I had to use, I had to put my socket up in there and put it on the bolt that I can't see, which faces part of the unibody, and then I had to stick my flex head ratchet up there and put it on there. And the problem with that setup is there's no way to brace the head of the ratchet, so half the times when I would try to twist it, it would just kind of fall off of the bolt. And the other problem is that I'm lying on my back under a car. I couldn't get much leverage, and I actually tweaked my back pretty bad. So then I yelled a bit and threw some things and went inside and haven't touched the car since. But if we don't get this done in 5 days, we'll lose the shop! Not really, but I do have that track day this coming weekend that I've been really looking forward to. So I'm throwing in the towel. A friend is coming with a truck, and we're going to load it up and take it to my buddy's shop. Now, for that to happen, it needs to not be in the air. So I got to get the wheel back on it, get it on the ground, and then I got to push it out front where the trailer can actually get to it. And no one's here to help me with that, so that'll be pretty fun. The other fun part is that this thing's also broken, sort of. It's running lean for some reason, and I rolled down the window while diagnosing that and heard the belts squealing. The tensioner is on its way out, and if you know BMWs, you know that that is a park it and don't drive it situation, because if one of those belt tensioners fails and the water pump stops spinning, before you even have realized what's happened, you've got warped heads. So that is sitting waiting for parts. This is going to the shop, which means I guess I'm riding to work this week. Yes, out of all my vehicles, the Ducati is somehow the one that works. Leave a comment if you saw that one coming. Oh man, I'm not gonna make it up that lip. Defeated by a 1-inch concrete lip. I saw that coming. At least my friends can help me get it the rest of the way when they get here. Oh. You can actually follow my tracks from when I discovered this leak. I started the car here, where I left a sizable puddle. I went forward, and then I kind of maneuvered here to angle back down this side of the driveway, and I went back, sadness, and then You can see where I turned it around here to get it into the shop, and then drip, 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 drip. Bah. Hello. Oh, are we on? Did I miss it? No, Eric. What? This is not necessary. There it is. It's all sad, sitting over there next to Buick. I will see you soon. I want this more than most things in this world right now. Cummins with a stick. Yes, please. It's been a few days. I went and picked up the Miata from the shop, and it is doing great. I asked how difficult it was to get to those bolts, and mechanic just kind of gave me a grimace and a chuckle, which is, yeah, okay. That seems about like how it was going to be. Bill wasn't too bad, though. It feels weird letting someone else work on my car. I'm not used to that at all. But I have parked it on some fresh pavement, and there is not a drop of oil. No more Exxon Valdez for me. So the Miata, for now, is fixed. Thank heavens. The BMW, no, that's still sitting. I'll get to that eventually, maybe, hopefully. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Check in for next week's episode when I beat the absolute crap out of this thing.